Today's topic is design of production process. Now, design of production process, ultimately, we all are aware that operations, entire operation management is related with production process, facilities, location, all those things, right? So we all are aware what is operations management. Operations management typically deals with the operational resources, which is actually in the operating. Once we discuss about the operations, what do we relate with operations? Operations relate with your raw materials, your in process, your production, your facilities, everything. So we need to understand the importance of production process. We know that production process is there whenever we are dealing with operations. Definitely we are processing something. What we are processing? We are processing the input into the output, right? We all know that we are processing input into output. Ultimately, in the process of this conversion, we have to manage the different stages during the production process, right? Now, we know that location is important, facility is important, the way we design the production process is equally very important. That means we have to design our production process in a way that will suits my production. Production of what? Production of goods or service. That means every company, every organization is manufacturing a different set of products. Now, for that product, definitely the production process needs to be customized because there are different sets of products, and according to the different sets of products, we should have a separate production process designed, right? Because we cannot design a single way of production process for every range of product. Is it possible? It is definitely not possible. If I am, suppose, let's say if I have a service layout, if I am, my product is food items, if I am having a restaurant, so that time what I am offering, my product is food, meals, cakes, pizzas, anything. So production process for cooking of pizza and cooking of biryani cannot be same, right? So for simple a food product also, my production process will be variable. Accordingly, for other types of products, let's say if it's a cosmetic or a consumer durables, what are the products, whatever products we are offering, according to the product, we should select a customized production process designed specifically for that product, right? And definitely our production process should focus more on reduction of cost, right? Anyway, our entire operations relates with these two aspects: minimization of cost, maximization of revenue. So these two key factors have to be considered every time, each and every time. Whenever we are producing something, whenever we are designing something, this has to be kept in our mind, right? So now, let us move to the factors. What are the factors that affect the process design decision? Whenever we have to design our process, ultimately my facilities, where my factories be located, location of the facilities, not only the location. Here we are designing the entire process. We must have, you being an HR, Devjani, you must know about SOP. So what does SOP says? Standard operating process. So standard operating process for what? Standard operating process for your HR to work on. There should be some specific guidelines on which the HR works, right? We have certain guidelines, we have KRA, we have KPA, productivity targets, and we have to work as per the set performance standard. So SOP is there, the operating process is there, and we will work on that way only. There are organogram, organizational structure, the process on which we can go on with the responsibility, authority relationship, everything is there. Same way for the manufacturing. For the manufacturing, we have to understand that there are various factors that we have to keep in mind while designing our process. The process for what? The process for manufacturing. The process for product manufacturing or service manufacturing, anything. So now, let's say first start with nature of demand. First thing, my product, and for that product, what I'll check is what is the nature of demand. This is my first criteria for designing the entire process, because according to the nature of demand, we will design whether my production process, my entire production process will be process focused or product focused, or it would be a hybrid process, what type of process I'll select, or how will I design all this. So first thing is my nature of demand. I have to understand my nature of demand because different products will have different types of demand, right? Let's say some are seasonal, some products are seasonal, some products, let's say, have necessity demand. It will be demanded throughout the year. Throughout the year, you will find the demand for certain product. So for that product, what type of, it should be a product focus, definitely. Now, if I'm offering a service, then it should be customer centric. So service oriented sort of thing, service oriented process design has to be there. What type of, for an example, we used to eat packaged food, like we get chips and all. We used to eat those things. So that is normally manufactured in a factory, and we just get the packets of the food from the retail. We buy it from the retail. So definitely the manufacturing or the process of it is product layout, because that is simply a product that is being offered. So manufacturer prepares the product in a simple process, and that is carried on and on, because the product layout is product focus. It will focus on the product process, and it is a standardized thing. It is not that I'll get the Lay's chips differently from you. If we are buying the same flavor, then we'll get the same taste and same standard packet, everything. But for the same eating thing, or what say food item, if I go to a mall and I order something, maybe anything. So here comes two aspects, service and product. Both are there. In a mall, once I'm ordering a product for eating, maybe a meal or a pizza, anything, that time I'm getting both the things, product as well as services associated with it. So definitely here, means in the case of mall, my process design will focus more on customizing. That is, it is simply a process oriented design has to be there, and not a simple product layout. We have different layout, right? We have different layout while designing my entire production process. Second point, quality levels and degree of customer contacts. That just now I was discussing was in the case of mall. So first thing is quality level. What is the quality that we will be offering? It should be definitely 100% quality level we would like to accept, and we would like to offer as well. And the degree of customer contacts, the more the customer contacts a product is used to be, like in the retail, you are more in customer contact. That time you have to offer something, or your process should be designed in such a manner that it offers most customer convenience. Customer should be more convenience, and my entire process should be customer focused, right? And the process focused. My simple SOP, my entire SOP should be customer focused and not product focused. Here I'm not focusing on product only. Whenever we have more contacts with the customer, we should offer something, or we should design our process more of service oriented or more of process focused, right? Now, degree of automation. Degree of automation means what? How automatic, or the degree of industrialization, degree of machineries we are using in case of manufacturing. There are certain products which are manufactured as of now, also manufactured with very little automation or very small amount of industrial automation, or very little things. Like in case of your, what to say, in small servicing stations for automobile, in small service station, you will find as of now also laborers are working and washing their hands with means washing the entire car with their hands, and with just a bucket of water and all, right? But in case of, if you go for a higher level of automobile workshop, the same thing is being done with a higher degree of automation or automatic machine, and so many things are, so many facilities are there. So same way, the degree of automation required for producing that product also led you to design your production process accordingly. If more of machineries are required, more of automated things are required, like many industries or many companies are using automated robots for vehicle, means instead of vehicles, the transmissions are done through robots, automatic machines, automatic travelers, transporters are there, so many things are there. So the level of automation will also define the design process. Then comes the flexibility part, because as I earlier discussed, that the nature of demand, according to the nature of demand, flexibility will be there. There are few products which require certain subcomponent that is only required for that product only. Here, let's say if I'm producing some products, if I'm producing some product which is a component, which is a subcomponent in only product A, right? If I'm producing a product which is only a component or subcomponent in product A, now that machine remains idle. Just a minute, let me show you this here. Let's say this is a machine, right? Machine A. Now machine A is producing certain subcomponent, right? This is subcomponent. Now this subcomponent is used in producing product 1. There may be 3 or 4 types of product that is being produced. Now this machine A is producing only one subcomponent that is being used in machine 1. Now I have other options, like say I have a machinery which can produce subcomponent A and B. That means this machine can produce subcomponent which can be used in both A and B. Definitely, this machine is more flexible than this, isn't it? Because if I install this machinery, then for B also I have to install another machinery, right? Again, if another machinery like let's say C, I have to install another machinery for C. That means the machineries in this layout, we can easily find that in this layout, there are different set of machineries required for producing subcomponent, right? But here in this process, here in this case, we can see easily that this machine is very flexible as it can produce the subcomponent which can be used in product A, product B. Same way I can also install another machine which can produce B, C and D, right? So we have to check for the processes and install machinery, design the process accordingly so that it can be flexible. Let's say here in this case, what will happen? If product A becomes obsolete, then my entire investment for installing this machine goes wasted, right? But in this case, even if the product A gets wasted or obsolete, then my machinery is still in use because I can produce B, right? This is one aspect of flexibility, means how we can design the production process in a flexible manner. There are different other aspects as well, because we can means we can be flexible in designing the workspace as well. We can design the workspace in a manner where we can produce more, and it is not confined to single department, or it is more flexible. That means it can be used for multi-purpose. It's not confined to production of one thing, one product or one department only. Understood, Debjani?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now the last point that needs to be considered for process design decision is degree of vertical integration. What do you mean by degree of vertical integration? See, we all know that there's a chain. There's a chain connecting the entire set. That means from the raw material, the chain is like that, it reaches to the manufacturer. Now in the manufacturing, it might goes to different department. We will have different units, right? See, from the manufacturer it may goes to the raw material section. From there it goes to the unit 1, unit 2. In the unit 1 there can be different processing zones, zone 1, 2, different departments, units, sub units are there, right? Ultimately, after finishing this, we reaches to the outbound logistic, and from there it reaches to the final consumer. So here's the manufacturer, the producer, and this is the ultimate consumer, right? In between this, there are so many ranges like wholesaler, distributor, retailer. So many uh, consumer connect points are there. So vertical integration means in the entire chain of activities, how you means how much and which are the stages you can integrate. Like say, if I have to, if I would like to integrate in a backward integration, that means I will source my raw materials from my own. That means this manufacturer can directly source the raw material, or it can just get into an amalgamation or mergers, and the manufacturer becomes the supplier of the raw material itself. That means I will produce my own raw material, I will source my own raw material on my own, I don't need any external supplier. No more, I don't require any more supplier. I am the manufacturer and I am only sourcing my raw material on my own. This is the backward section. Since as a manufacturer, I'm going back. So this is called backward integration. Same way, if a manufacturer is moving forward, in case of Metro Cash and Carry, you will find that the Metro Cash and Carry has have done a very good integration from the backward as well as the forward. Since they source their own Arrow product, they produce their own Arrow product and sell it to their own retail. So big retail store, Metro Cash and Carry, they are selling the Arrow products. So it is their own brand. So this become the entire wholesale or the distributor or the retailer, means anything which level you would like to integrate forward. That means this department is now merged into your own, and you are means you are moving ahead. You are reducing the connecting link in between. You are directly the supplier to the you are moving few steps ahead towards consumer. That becomes forward integration. Once we are moving few steps ahead towards consumer, it will be called as forward integration. Same way, if we go means just behind the production, or we'll reach to the backward side, that is the supplier side. If we wish to integrate that into our own company, then it will be defined as backward integration. Understood what is backward and forward integration?
मैम बैकवर्ड इंडिकेशन माने इंटीग्रेशन में आपका जो रॉ मटेरियल्स वो जो कंपनी में मेट्रो कैश एंड कैरी